Hello and welcome to Inside Indiana Business. I'm Gary Dick. Indiana's cybersecurity sector is red hot. According to a 2015 report from Burning Glass Technologies, the cybersecurity job market in Indiana grew by 139% in just 4 years, and it continues to grow. 1150 Academy will soon start what it calls a first of its kind in Indiana immersion cybersecurity course aimed at preparing students for jobs in the sector. Joining me now with more on filling the cybersecurity pipeline is 1150 Academy founder Scott Jones. As always, Scott, welcome back.
Thanks, Gary.
Okay, first of all, cybersecurity, we hear a lot about it. What are these jobs? And I guess it's both in the military side of things, but also civilian as well.
That's right. Military and civilian is where we're seeing attacks. Wars are won based on cyber, right? It's happening in the ether. And for small, medium-sized businesses, they're fighting it every day. 60% of small, medium-sized businesses will be hit over the next 2 years in one way or another, stealing credit card numbers, stealing social security numbers, locking you out of your own system, ransomware. These are all the things we hear in the news. Well, this new program that we are just offering, in addition to our coding of Python and .NET and JavaScript, now we teach cyber, and we have 14 different attack scenarios, like a DDoS, which stands for Distributed Denial of Service attack, or a man-in-the-middle attack. You learn about all of this, how it's happening to small businesses, how it's happening in the military. And we teach it in 12 weeks, and you come out with 2 industry certifications that virtually guarantee you to get a starting job that's in the 60, 70, 80,000. If you happen to speak Chinese and have a security clearance, you're making like 6 digits, as in more than 200,000 probably.
Wow.
So these are big jobs, big careers. It's fun. It's maybe not as mentally strenuous sometimes as coding might be. But you know, these are, they go hand in hand. If you know coding, it helps you be a cyber security expert.
Well, these jobs are available, though, as I mentioned, thousands of jobs.
There are thousands of jobs, even in Indiana, let alone the coasts, but even in Indiana. And I expect for the job growth to be much higher than 130%. I think it's going to be hundreds of percent because it's the fastest growing sector of tech. Right? And it's the biggest threat. And as we move into things like IoT, the Internet of Things, where there's code in everything, in your refrigerator, in your microwave, in your car. I mean, you can shut down a car while it's driving, right? That's a cyber attack, right? And so there's all these vectors of attack that we're just beginning to understand. And these courses, these 12-week courses where we put people through really fast, we have a full-time version of that course and a part-time night version of it, that takes 24 weeks as opposed to the 12 weeks. But we teach all of these skills of cybersecurity.
And you see taking this statewide, where our show is aired every corner of the state. You see this as a statewide
Yes,
program?
we are going to put this, what's called the cyber range, where we have 20 students in a classroom and a trainer that's overseeing and launching a cyber attack at these students with training wheels on it first, and then you got to deal with the servers and the log files and everything on your own. And by the end, you're beginning to be a cyber expert, and we can launch this in other areas. We can do it down at Westgate, we can do it in Terre Haute, we can do it in Evansville and Fort Wayne and Gary.
Also, I should talk about the 5G summit that was recently held.
Right.
A lot of news coming out of that related to mobile.
Right, the Dean of Engineering, Meng Cheng, and AT&T was there, Verizon was there. We're all holding hands, coming together. IEDC was there, Dave Roberts, Chief Innovation Officer, all coming together to figure out how do we be a 5G, which is the next version of what's going to be on all our cell phones, 10 times faster, but more importantly, 30 times shorter latency, meaning things happen just so much faster. So you can actually do surgery via 5G, robotic surgery. You can run race cars. So the Andretti team was using 5G in the race to collect that data. You can do augmented reality. So you have an overlay that tells you the names of everybody in the room, right? I mean, all these cool things that we can do with the new platform technology, but they have all the same cyber risks. In 5G, maybe 10 times more cyber risks that we're going to be teaching about.
Lots of exciting things going on at 1150 Academy in the cybersecurity world. Now, Scott Jones, as always, thanks for joining us.
Yep. Thanks a lot, Gary.